people I chase, they live in the dark. And I can see them really easily.
What's good, YouTube fam? I am Kratos and welcome back to another build video. And today I'm going to show you my Scanner Pulse Hybrid DPS build. But before we begin, smash that sub button for intense Division PvP content, and don't forget to turn on the bell to never miss another upload from my YouTube channel. The Night Hunter has an ambidextrous playstyle, allowing you to contribute both on offense and defense when running with your squad. The purpose of this build is to see and control the battlefield, allowing you and your squad to have the upper hand and advantage in your environment during combat. Situational awareness is vital in PvP, and this build hands you the opportunity to avoid what is strong and strike what is weak. Let's look at the build. For my primary, I'm using the exotic assault rifle, the Eagle-Bearer. Identical to any high-end P416, the Eagle-Bearer's main talent, Eagle Strike, makes it function more of an AR-LMG hybrid, due to the weapon getting more accurate the longer you hold the trigger. The weapon functions better at longer ranges. The 750 RPM and mag size of 60 bullets complements this playstyle. My secondary, I'm using the blueprint for the Eagle-Bearer, a custom P416 with the attribute damage to target auto cover and the talent strained. Gain 10% critical hit damage for every 0.5 seconds you are firing, and this stacks up to 5 times, allowing you to utilize the full strength of strained for the last 20 bullets. I'm also using the linked laser pointer, and I will come to that later on in the build. As my sidearm, I'm using the named pistol, the card, due to it granting us another extra skill tier for this build, and I'm running the talent Finisher. For the mask, we are utilizing the Night Watcher, the named mask that has 100% Scanner Pulse Haste. I rolled 12% Skill Haste attribute on this, and I also added a 12% Skill Haste mod. The armor has been maxed out. On the body armor, we're using the talent Spotter, amplifying total weapon and skill damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. We're also using a Fenris due to that extra assault rifle damage bonus of 10%. All red attributes and a 12% skill haste mod. As the third piece, we are using a crafted improvised holster, all red minor attributes, and fully guard-rolled armor at the core. Cheshka knee pads with 10% crit hit chance bonus, and on minor attributes, all crits with damage and chance, and an armor rolled core attribute is our fourth piece on this build. A pair of Grupo Sombra gloves is what we are using as our fourth piece. We are boasting of the 15% crit hit damage bonus that we receive, and all reds. For our sixth and last piece, we are using a backpack from Hanayu with 10% skill haste brand set bonus, 1 skill tier, and a talent concussion. As our first skill, we are using the Scanner Pulse with a 10% radius mod and a 5.7 skill haste mod. With all of the skill haste invested into this build, we have managed to push down the cooldown to 5.4 seconds, and the duration is 12.5 seconds. Remember to use your card when you are utilizing the Scanner Pulse, as it grants you a third skill tier and increases the effect duration from 12.5 up to 13.9 seconds. With that being said, in PvP, each specialization class grants the player a 50% pulse resistance, so the effect duration is actually not 13.9 but 6.95, call it 7 seconds, and with a cooldown at 5.4, you can basically have an infinite pulse. Even if you're facing someone that uses a jammer that takes out your skills in battle, don't worry, you will still have your pulse, as the technician has the laser link pointer that is attached to your custom P416, and you can still utilize the spotter. For the second skill, we are using the decoy with the cooldown of 13.9 seconds and a duration of almost 25 seconds. If deployed with our sidearm, the duration is 27.5 seconds. Due to the third skill tier we get from the card. Over to the stats, and with the 𝐜𝐤𝐤𝐬 we are having 54 crit chance and 147 crit damage. Remember that we are utilizing finisher on our card, and if we down an opponent, we get an extra 30% crit chance and extra 30% crit damage, pushing the crit damage up to 177 crit damage. Don't forget that when we activate Tenacity, we also have the extra bonus from the backpack talent Concussion. The custom P416 is standing at 54% crit chance and 132 crit damage. With Strained, you will hitting numbers up to 182% and added an extra 30% when you proc finisher, putting you at numbers over 200% crit damage. Here you go, that is the build. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and as I said earlier, please remember that this build is specifically for group play when you're running with a squad. If you want to run it solo, you could try it. I wouldn't. I would change out some pieces to add more damage and more survivability. Until next time.